Hello ladies and gents, how is everybody doing? And welcome back to Minecraft on the Nerd Legion server. That's right, we are back finally. I know there's been a slight delay in videos. I'll get round to explain all about that in just a moment. But first of all, how is everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? Yeah? All good? I am doing brilliantly, and we have actually gone ahead and finished off a small project in between episodes that took quite a while. That's right, we have finished the runway. If we just take a long fly down, you see we've still got the grass blocks where the plane will eventually be going, but we have gone and got all of this filled in. And I should probably just quickly fly back to our bed because it is nearly night time now. Wrong time to record, but still, yeah, we have finally got all this done, and this used quite a lot of the black concrete powder, the coal blocks, and the blackstone. Now the blackstone wasn't really an issue because we've been getting that from our piglin bartering farm up in the nether. It was really the coal blocks that were the issue. Black concrete, that's fine. Get the ink, we can make that. It's the powder, not the actual blocks itself, so that wasn't an issue. It was the coal blocks. We dug forever getting so much coal, it is unbelievable. But still, it is done. It is done. But today, folks, we're going to be working on our first farm here in the overworld at our city base area. That is right, and it is a farm that we're going to need running for quite a while to get a good backlog of resources, because this farm is going to be the fuel for our furnace array. That's right, we are building a kelp farm today, folks, and not just any kelp farm. We're going to be building the kelp farm inspired from Kelp Farm 135's farms on the Hermitcraft Season 7 server. So this is the farm design. He actually has a tutorial up for it, and we're going to be building this. At the moment, I've gone ahead and locked all of the redstone so the pistons are out so the kelp doesn't grow. Otherwise, this could create quite a bit of lag here in my redstone build world. Well, not redstone, it's a creative world for the server. But yeah, this is going to be our kelp farm, and it has got quite a lot of the kelp that will grow on here. So as you can see, I think it's, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is that 15? So that's, and then 6 rows, 15, 30, 90 kelp plants either side. That's 180 kelp growing, all of which have a piston and an observer. And then all of this funnels down. Now this is the furnace array that Kelp Farm has. So just this down here. Now I have gone amended this just so that we can actually have a room like this. And obviously I'm not going to go for the black concrete, that's just a standard filler block. What we've done is just raised all of this rail section just so we can actually make the room a bit nicer, but all of this will be going in underground. So for now, let's head back to the Nerd Legion server and I'll show you where we're going to put this. So where are we actually going to put this farm? I'm thinking we're actually going to be housing this in a skyscraper, so it's going to be the first skyscraper in our city build. And rather than putting it over here by the harbour or anywhere like that, I'm thinking we might have this just on this corner right here. Because what I'm thinking is we'll have this build on the corner. We're going to be having a bridge over there eventually leading to that island. We'll maybe have some embankments along this side. So this will all be raised up a bit. Probably to around here, I'm thinking. Up to there. And then we'll just widen this river out. So yeah. Plus, around the skyscraper, I'd like to have footpaths and landscaping. And then you'll have the wall of the skyscraper. And then we'll have the farm inside. So, let's think. Where's the corner of this farm going to be? If the embankment comes to about here, we'll have a good few blocks for a path and landscaping. So the skyscraper will maybe be here. Then a few blocks in for the farm. Say there, that's the corner. Now, this is actually 21 by 21, this farm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay. I've lost count. You know what? Let's just dig a trench. And we're going to mark it. Oh, there we've got 23. So let's just count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 64 minus 21 is 43. So yeah, want to take you out. So along here, And along this way, let's get all this marked out. Well, there we go. There is the border for the farm all marked out. Now, as I say, the skin of this is going to be a few blocks wider. So possibly around here. I don't know for certain yet because, well, to be honest, I haven't got the skin of the skyscraper designed yet. But that's what I'm thinking. That way we could even have walkways around the farms. So we could have a little bit of flooring and stuff. And a bit of a depth to the walls. So you can make a bit more detail. But for now, as that sun goes down, it is time to build our first farm. So you know what? I love doing these. It's time for a time lapse. So roll the music and let's get building. And there we are, folks. That is our kelp farm up and running. So I've gone and done the same with this one as we did in our creative world. I've gone and put some redstone in with the levers turned on, so all the pistons are extended. So we're not getting kelp until we're ready for it within the furnace system. However, I want one farm is good, but you know what? I think we need to put some more up there. What do you reckon? Beep. Beep. Yep, and there we go. We now have 3 times as many kelp farms, and I reckon this should supply us plenty of kelp for our furnace array when we do eventually get that built. So yeah, that is fantastic. What we are actually going to do is where there's the black concrete, we'll probably have those as some floors in between, so you can actually walk, because you can actually walk in the middle of these farms. And as you can see, all the pistons are currently sticking out where we've got all the redstone powered. So none of these farms are currently working. What I'm actually just thinking about is we might develop a system where we have 3 levers on the wall. When you flip a lever, you can turn these farms off. So of course, if we don't need kelp, we've got plenty of kelp blocks. If we've got stacks upon stacks and chests upon chests of the dried kelp blocks, then we can come and turn this farm off. It will reduce a bit of the redstone that's going on the server, and that will help us out, I think. So all of the kelp goes up each of these sections, gets washed into the middle, and comes into this chute right here. And this down below is where we will put the furnace smelter array. Now what I'm actually probably going to do is dig out a giant room, get it all put in place for now. And obviously with having 3 times as many kelp farms, that 16 furnace array might not be able to cope. So we'll build the 16 furnace array first, and then if needs be we can always put some more furnaces in and expand the system. So let me get the room dug out below, and then we can look about getting this furnace system set up so we can actually start cooking some of this kelp into the dried kelp. Well, one mini dig later, thanks to the help of a H2 beacon, we have the basement dug out. So here we are. This is where our furnace array is going to be for cooking all of our kelp. We have a hole just there. That is where all of the kelp is going to be falling. And that's going to be falling into the top hopper minecart, which will feed into all the furnaces. So I've actually made a slight adjustment to the furnace array system, in that I've just got the hopper feeding to the other side now. Otherwise, this room, you have to go back all that way by about another 7 blocks that way. And yeah, this room would be huge then with not much use. So yeah, we've got to turn that around. So the furnaces will actually be about here, I believe. So what we'll do is have the furnaces along this wall. Then we will use this wall for storage of all of the kelp blocks that we've crafted along here. And all the actual dried kelp that comes from these furnaces will feed into a whole chest system on this wall. So it automatically gets stored. I'm thinking, what, 1, 2, 3, 5, maybe 50 double chests. Should be plenty, with a row of crafting tables along the bottom. So we simply knock out the chest, craft it all up, put the chest back in, and then all the blocks we will store over here. We may even have some system where that automatically feeds into our proper furnace array. So who knows, maybe our actual full smelter array we might build in the next building over. Who knows, we'll have to wait and see for that. But for now, let's go and get all of this redstone and the tracks and the furnaces in along this wall. And then we may even be able to start cooking some kelp going, get that cooked up. So yeah, time for some redstone. Let's get me thinking cap on, shall we? Well, that wasn't anywhere near as difficult to put in as I was expecting. So there we are. We have all of the rails track in place, of all the furnaces in, the hoppers feeding it. The only thing we haven't done so far is actually the collection system for all of the smelted items. So there are hoppers underneath these furnaces, but at the moment they finish right there. So we'll need to make some sort of silent dropper elevator just to raise all the items up. Then we can move them across into a chest storage array just here. And then we'll have the manual storage of the kelp blocks just there. So I haven't actually got this up and running yet. I thought I'd bring you guys back for that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to simulate that this is this hopper. That's the collection. All the kelp that we farm drops into this hopper right here. So we're going to fill 5 stacks of kelp, because once that goes into the Minecraft hopper, in fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll leave that just so we're not waiting, and we'll put the rest of that in the minecart hopper. But however, first things first, let's get all of these furnaces fueled up. So the way they fill them with fuel is this track just here. We will have minecart chest, which for now we're going to be using the coal blocks. Eventually we'll fill this with the dried kelp blocks. Now if I pull this lever, that'll send that across, and that should put 1 coal block in all of these furnaces. Then we'll stop that so it comes back. Yeah, okay, I'll need to adjust that so it comes, so normal rails. I just realised that's supposed to be normal rail in there. But let's just check. 1 in each of every one of these. Looks like we're good. Yep, okay, so I'd say that's all fine. Now, let's get the minecart hopper up the top here. Now we'll put it just before it goes, we'll pop it here. We'll put the kelp in it and then we'll push it up into that hopper. So it's going to want to collect the rest. And then it should, fingers crossed. Now I just realised that wants to be facing the other way. Let me just quickly adjust this. That should, there we go. Right, that should be good. Right. Is it? No. It was right the first way. Pat, trust yourself. You were fine. Yes, because it comes out of here and goes that way. Right. We're good, because that's the detector. If the minecart still has items in it, this detector detects a signal, changes that. If it's empty, it changes that and it goes back in. Okay, right. Okay, ready for a test run? Push it up. That should come down eventually. And it should keep going around. Yep, there we go. And are these cooking now? Yes, there we are, folks. Our kelp system is up and running. Now, I'm not actually going to set the farms off until we have the storage. So that is next. So let's get the dried kelp storage put in and then we can turn those kelp farms on. So the dried kelp storage is now complete and we might as well turn these farms on and get the kelp growing. So we'll start with this side. Come on up. Hopefully I should be able to reach these. Yep. Lovely. So I'm going to quickly go and do all of these and then we will go do the other side as well. So let's just quickly speed through this. There we go. So that is all of the kelp farm up and running. Now, as I said before, I will eventually, I'm probably do it in between episodes at some point, get round to putting some redstone mechanisms in so we can actually turn these on and off just by a few levers. But oh, there we go. We already have the kelp dropping down, which is brilliant. That's what I wanted before we go downstairs. Just so, because obviously that hopper at the top won't go off until it is full. So, also got some scaffolding still up there. Never mind, there's only scaffolding. Let's come on down and see. I've made a few changes as well. We've actually gone and replaced the furnaces with smokers because these are a lot quicker than the furnaces. In fact, they're twice as fast. Because the kelp counts as a food item, the smokers do actually cook it twice as fast, so these are perfect. So this is the storage that we have. We have a silent dropper just through here, so when this does go off we won't even hear it. Thank you to Tinker77 for this design. I'll put a link down in the description below for his silent dropper. It's only a little 5-minute video, perfect to follow. So let's just see, can we actually get, is there a way up here? Yes there is. If we go around this way, let's just see what sort of rates we're getting. You look, I'll head up and the hopper will head off and run us over. Let's just see, how is this doing? It's getting there. It's coming through. So obviously it's going to take a bit of time for it all to start growing, but we'll see how it goes. And then obviously, so all the dried kelp will get stored in here. I've only got one crafter, but we'll actually fill all of the crafters down here. So you just look down, click on one, craft it up. And I'm going to put the dried kelp blocks storage just along here. Probably won't need as many chests as that. Maybe, I don't know, 6 or 9 double chests or something just along here. And of course, we've got to decorate this room. But do you know what, folks? I think I might get that done in between episodes. But hey, guys, we have a kelp farm up and running. We now have a reliable fuel source, which is fantastic. So I might even let this run. I'll go AFK for a little bit. I might just go in, seal up the stairs, or put myself in a nice little dirt bunker so that nothing can attack me. And we'll see how much kelp we get. Maybe I'll let this run overnight. We'll see. But I will get this whole room decorated in between episodes, I think, because I've got a few ideas. I want to see how it looks. But yeah, this definitely needs doing. And then who knows, maybe by next episode I'll even have a design for the outside, because all of this needs doing as well. So yeah, we still need to get a skin for the outside of this skyscraper. So that's going to be it for now, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have enjoyed this episode, please be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget to hit the subscribe if you're new to the channel. And go ahead and ring that bell so you get notified when all the videos come out. I do apologise for the lateness of this video. Unfortunately, I had a few PC gremlins during the week. And yeah, it put a damper on things. Hopefully, touch wood, everything is running good now. So hopefully we'll be back on track. But until next time, guys, thank you very much for joining me. And all that's left for me to say is take it easy. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye, guys. Bye. Right, Kelp. Where am I going to store these blocks?